What up, your boy MC Shadow, and I'm here to talk about the mistake that everybody makes. Meaning everybody, meaning a majority of the races out there. You know what I mean? Because I've been seeing a lot of, shit going back and forth. And even on my videos, on some of my videos that I have done, and I think people just, arrogance and temper get the best of them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like saying, not all Mexicans talk like these, like they say they do. You know what I mean? Or not all Mexicans are like, like wear sombreros and, like the typical stereotype. And the one thing is that when raza or African American or whites see, like, let's say if I seen a video where a black person's talking shit about Mexicans, right? Like Tyreek Nash one. I bash the person, just that single individual. Just that single individual. This is between me and that individual and nobody else. I'm not bringing in the raza to back me up and say fuck this fool. I'm not dissing the whole entire African American, race just because of one person. You shouldn't insult the whole entire group just for one idiot's mouth. You get what I mean? And people could be like, "Oh, well, no, I know 1,000 people that are their race that are like that." So just because you know 1,000 people that are like that, that means that they're all the same. Is $1,000 the same as $1 million? No, it's not. Huh? Exactly. You're still far away from it being even close to being that much. You know what I'm saying? So a few thousand still does not mean that they're all like that. Of the millions of whether it's Mexicans or Hispanics in general, or whether it's African Americans or whether it's whites. Not all blacks are thugs that are lazy and they need to get a job, and not all whites are like, oh my God, Brittany. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to think that that's your arrogance and your temper getting the best of you, my boy, and just because where you live at, all African Americans are like that, or all Hispanics are like that, or all whites are like that, doesn't mean that everywhere else they're the same way as there. You know what I mean? Just because they behave like that in your block doesn't mean that they behave like that everywhere else. You get what I'm saying? And of course, people are not gonna want to see that, because that means that that there's something wrong with you, and there ain't nothing wrong with you, my boy. You're perfect. You make no mistakes. You're the most perfect individual on the planet. You know what I mean? It has to be everybody else. You can't be the person that made the mistake, huh? It must be everybody else. Yeah, it must be that. Come on now, wake up, smell the coffee. You know what I'm saying? So not all Hispanics are like these drunk people that come here illegally and want the government for support. Not all blacks are lazy and are not there for their kids and are just thugs. And not all whites are over the top and nosy and just meddle in everybody's business and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To be thinking that is you're an idiot. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Neta, it's a trip for somebody to even think that just because I know every person that I have come across from that race is like that they're all like that. Even if you know 10,000 of whatever race it is, even if you know 10,000, that's not even close to being the majority of all of them. Like I said, $1,000 or $10,000 is not the same as $1 million. You know what I mean? So, what you want, just because you hear a few videos or a few people, like insulting whatever race you are, doesn't speak for all of them, and not all of them are like that. And for you to think like that, look in the mirror and you'll find the problem. You know what I mean? Because that's what they want. Imagine if we all watch the video where somebody's out there that's insulting our race, my boy, there would be pedos and pleitos all the time. everybody would have beef if that's the case, because there's one idiot from every race out there that's making videos that's talking shit about somebody. So there's gonna be beef regardless if everybody's seen it how you seen it. We would be out here fucking each other in the damn streets every day. Now you can see why it can't be like that. And that's why not everyone sees it the way you see it, and not everyone will see it the way you see it. You know what I mean? While you think that you're not trying to start off a war, think about it like that. You are trying to start a war. Because if everybody's seen it the way you seen it, there would be beefs everywhere cracking off. And if that's what you want, if you want to live in a world where you got to always be walking around with a strap or a shank and everything, like you gangbanging 24/7, you know what I mean? Then, you know what I mean? That's some Grand Theft Auto, living like Grand Theft Auto. Come on now. So, you know, like, it's ignorance to think like that. You know what I mean? I just wanted to speak on that because I seen that a lot. I seen it in plenty of videos where people are like, oh, well, nah, well, they're all like that. Or everyone I met is like that, so that's why I see it that way. Like, I forgot that you knew everybody in the world. Because everyone you know is like that. Damn, you know everybody, my boy, everybody. So just because everybody you met is like that, then that means that everyone has to be like that. Oh, damn. I didn't realize that that's how the world worked, my boy. You know what I mean? You know? Because everyone out there, look, even if whatever race you are, you know damn well that there's some fools from your race que valen verga, that they're fuck-ups, that they're pieces of shit. You know it, and everybody knows it. You know what I mean? So just because these fools point out the same pieces of shit that you recognize, that is not beef. You know what I mean? If anything, that's your pedo with that individual. That's why whenever I have, or I insult somebody, you know, I don't expect, you know, people to fucking back me up or rowdy up and then, nah, this is between me and that individual when it's being called out. You know? And then I hate when people be like, oh, hey, look at this guy, or hey, can you believe this dude? Like, hey, you know, like, yo, why are you trying to bring everybody on the board? I'm telling you, me and you, it's me and you, ain't nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So I hate people like that. They're the hype people. You can find them even in the comments. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at this fool. Ah, look, everybody, look at this idiot. You know what I mean? Like, hey, why do you need everybody? See, that's because they're craving attention. They're begging for attention. That's what they want. You know, they suffer some traumatic event when they were smaller that has to do with the person that they actually looked up to or had some feelings for, and obviously didn't. They felt like they weren't being acknowledged, or that person didn't feel the same about them in return. So that's why they grew up begging for attention like that. You know what I'm saying? That person has some his own problems to deal with. That's why I never even talk shit to those people, because they're going through their own battles that they just don't realize, you know. But this is a quick one, you know. Just wanted to point that out. MC Shadow, we out.